I thought I'd share a little bit about what it's like to turn 60 and different directions that we can head in. And I think at this juncture, somewhere around this age, you can kind of head in two directions. You can become old, right? Look at my white beard. Y'all remember me probably with a dark beard and dark hair. Fortunately, I continue with the hatha yoga, and it really helps the body as you age to keep it flexible and supple. But all that comes from what I think is really inside us. And there's obviously everybody's going to become older as we age. But then, as my wife said, you can get old or you can be an elder. Think of the difference there. So if I become old, I start to identify with everything, and I make all these judgments and complaints, and I try to look at the world from a small point of view, and I get old. I get crusty, I get judgmental. I talk about young people being lazy or some other kind of complaints and whatnot. People talk about their health all the time, and they get old, and they're not really fun to be around necessarily. And in this culture, in these kind of North American countries, you don't just get respect for being old. They just put you off in a home. So to be an elder, you've actually got to earn it. You've got to be fun. You have to be deep. You have to be compassionate. You have to be wise. And these things, when you've done your own work and you've accepted who you are, any younger person needs that. And so if I bring this back to kind of how the whole yoga path, since most of you have done that who would be ever watching me at this point, the yoga path in the beginning is to learn to meditate, get yourself centered, get in touch with that higher self. Because when you're younger, you're trying to figure out who your identity is. So it's really hard to find your true self because you're still figuring out where you fit in the world. So at this juncture, the majority of your career and your life and raising family and all that is actually come to a close. And you kind of start seeing retirement really nearby. So you want to get on the ball to forgive everybody, to accept yourself, to honor all the great things that you've done, and to learn from all your mistakes. And if you do that and you're at peace with that, everybody's going to feel it, and they're going to look to you as an elder, and that's going to feel really good because you're going to then show them what's possible in a life well lived, that you can end up being really happy. When you feel compassion for all beings, you don't see all these wars that are going on or other world problems that you know about or problems across the street. You don't see them in the same way. You see compassion. You feel compassion, I guess I should say. You see all the pain. You feel the pain, and the only way to survive is to have more compassion than the pain. And when you're like that, you feel really good, even though you could look old with your white hair. So that white hair wants to be wisdom, and wisdom is joy. It's not serious or hyper intelligent. If anything, you're just going to listen to people and give them the space and the love that they need to find themselves, because they're mostly going to be younger than you.